I've watched those games, and we couldn't score. I was an awful offensive coach those games.
Do you think? I guess do you wish you put Gary on Michael sooner, because I think you made that adjustment in Game 4, and then it kind of it went well. Would it be different? Had Gary defended Michael all the time?
Well, of course. I mean, coulda, woulda, shoulda is all about the NBA.
Yeah.
My feeling is it was a mistake. I don't know if it was a mistake that lost us, but it was a mistake. I should have done it earlier, or at least experimented with it earlier. But Gary was hurt. Gary was not 100% in that series. He had a calf muscle pull that I would say 70% of the players I've coached would have not tried to play. So we were kind of protecting Gary because we needed him at the offensive end of the court too. So, Michael, it's fun competing against Michael. And if you go back and look at the stats, we did a good job with Michael except for one game.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't Michael that beat us. It was Rodman and Kukoc and Pippen and their defense more than, I think, Michael. Even though Michael got the MVP, the only breakout game he had against us was Game 4. He had a 30, maybe a 40-point game that night. But all the other games, we didn't stop him, but we made him shoot under 40%. He shot a poor percentage. He had some turnovers thrown in. I thought we did an adequate game on him, but I mean, great players are fun to compete against because it's always woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah, you certainly did a good job of containing Michael as much as you can contain Michael Jordan. Is there maybe a specific anecdote you remember from that series that you can share with us? Something we don't know, maybe something about your approach with the Bulls. How do you even prepare for a series like that?
Well, I mean, the amazing thing about making the NBA Finals is you're fatigued. You're tired. You've won 3 playoff series. We just got done beating Utah in the 7th game in the conference finals, and a hell of a game. Probably one of my favorite games. So you got Stockton, Malone, and then I think we had 2 days to prepare for Michael. So you try to figure out. My belief was don't make the plan complicated unless you have to. And we were very in basketball. Our basketball IQ was good, so we took a lot of what we were doing against Utah and kind of moved it over to doing it against Chicago. But to be honest with you, we lost that series in travel. And we lost the first 2 games, very competitive games, very close games. I think the second game they blew us out at the end, but it was a 4th quarter game. And it was a Friday night in Chicago. And our plans, and I think I'm not sure I made these plans. It might have been me, but it might have been management that made the plans. Our plans was to fly home after the game. Well, we had a snowstorm on the way home. Had to stop in Billings, Montana to refuel. Got a lot of wind. Basically, we got to bed about 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
That's Saturday morning. We play Sunday at 12:30 in the afternoon. So we had to practice Saturday. We didn't have a shoot around before the game. And that just messed all this sleep stuff now. Everybody says sleep deprived and all that stuff that goes into resting our players. The game that we were awful in was Game 3. The game Michael got off. Mm-hmm. That was the only game I thought we played beneath our talent. And they go up 3-0. We fought hard. We showed our heart. We showed our competitive spirit. Take it, win 2 more at home. and then go back to Chicago. But that game that we gave to him, I'm going to say by travel. And what's funny about it, Phil Jackson knows that. My son played for Phil, and coaches the Lakers. And I saw Phil, 10 years after that game, after that series. And he said, "You ever regret flying home that night?" And started laughing at me.
Wow.
And I'm going, what a smart ass. Okay. Okay, I was stupid. Yeah, you're right. But, you never learn. You learn sometimes by mistakes. And that was a mistake.